My SMMA grows faster than yours, and it's mainly because I'm barely even working in it. How would you like to have PhDs build out your business while you sleep, while you pay them about $3 to $4 per hour? You see, almost every single part of my business is outsourced to highly qualified contractors living all over the world. Everything from lead gen to funnels to ads to client acquisition to the media buying is all handled by these contractors. And this is all accomplished through a method that I like to call currency arbitrage. Currency arbitrage is taking one of the most valuable currencies in the world, the US dollar, and using it to hire better overseas workers for a much cheaper price. And I do really mean better. Most US workers, just because of how the world is, are lazy as shit. Now, there's a lot of ways to mess this up, and 99% of people aren't effective at doing this. They end up hiring low quality contractors on Fiverr and Upwork. They churn and burn them. They get really low quality ones and they just waste a ton of money. In this video, I'm going to teach you my step-by-step method to hire absolute geniuses who live overseas, who you can pay a much lower amount to not only automate parts of your business, but also to make you money. Because automation's fun, removing yourself from the business is fun, but every employee you hire should be making you more money and landing you more clients. And I'm going to teach you how to do that in this video. Now, although the amount of money that we're paying these contractors may seem low and is a huge ROI for us, it's very important to note that it is only ethical to do this if you are paying them above average wages for their company. Every single contractor that works for me, most of them, stay long term because I make sure to compensate them in a manner that is beneficial both to me and pays them more than they would earn in their home country. Screwing people over is stupid. Their work for you will be subpar. You will have constant problems with them, and rightfully so. Don't be an idiot. Operate ethically. You will make a lot more money in the long term as opposed to trying to penny pinch with your overseas workers.
Let's jump into the method. So right now, we have Upwork pulled up. This is, again, my favorite site for posting these jobs. And what I'm going to do with you guys today is I'm going to walk you through how I would go about doing a job listing on Upwork. So we're going to hit post a job. I like longer term work. You want to frame every job listing as it's going to be long term, because these contractors, they don't want short term work. They don't want to work for you for a week and then have to go find someone else. They want long term work. Now, if they're bad, you can fire them, whatever. It doesn't matter, but you want to hire them for long-term positions, ideally, because that's what they want, and you'll get a lot more people applying. And you want to put this in the job title too. So, looking for someone to manage our Instagram outbound DMs, for example. And then I will put in brackets long-term position. This again will get you a lot more applications than if you were not to do that. Job category, general virtual assistants, that's close enough. The skills don't really matter. I'm going to put social media marketing, customer service, communications. It's good enough. Next, scope. How long will your work take? More than 6 months. Level of experience, I always put intermediate. Is this job a contract to hire opportunity? No. Next, location. I like to do worldwide. You can also add preferences. So one really important hack here is if you hire from South America, you're going to get the people in the same time zone as you, assuming you live in the US. If you live in the UK or somewhere else, you have to figure out what countries align with that. Probably African countries. I'm not quite sure. But if you live in the US, South American countries align with your time zone, which is extremely beneficial. So I like to do South American countries. Let's do Mexico, for example. You can add more than that, obviously, but that's just a preference. Hourly rate, I like to do, you can do $3 to $5 an hour, then hire them for $3, but I like to put a range on there. Description. Okay, we already have the title. So we need to give a brief description of the job. We able to speak fluent English and think on your feet in order to adapt to ever-changing conversations. Okay, so we give a brief description. They know what the job's about. It's nothing complicated. It's freaking Instagram DMing. If you suck at typing, use Chat GPT for this first part. I know I've seen some people go out here and do job postings after I teach them this, and it's like the worst written thing on the planet. I'm no scholar of the English language, but if you're really bad at it, just use Chat GPT to help you get your shit together. So here's where it gets interesting. And here's some things that most people skip. So what we're going to do is, in order to apply for this job position, you need to complete the following steps. Job application. And then we're going to use typingtest.com. Put it in here. Now, what typingtest.com is, it's basically a literacy / typing speed test that you can make your contractors take. What this will do is it basically will test how good they are at typing the English language quickly and what their understanding of the words is. I recommend taking this test yourself so you kind of have a reference baseline of what you should expect out of them. I tell them to take the hard version of the test. There's multiple versions on there. In the job listing on Upwork, I tell them to take the hard one because I'd rather them take the hard one and do medium well, like me. I can't even do the hard one really well. I'd rather kind of push their limits than make them take an easy one and not really get a good grasp on how well they can type. So that's step one. We are screening for people who are very, very fluent in the English language and can type quickly. Number two, to screen them, we need to know what their internet speed is. So you will also need to take this internet speed test and post a screenshot in your job application. Internet speed is very important. You cannot work with people with slow internet. Sorry to break it to you. You can't get them on Zoom calls. Their shit's gonna be shutting down all the time. They're gonna have tons of internet outage if they have slow internet. You cannot deal with people with slow internet. So I linked the speed test. You guys can use the exact same one. This document, of course, will be in the description of this YouTube video. But your contractors need to have fast internet. You might be surprised at the internet speeds in some of these countries. If you hire from like Thailand, they will have faster internet than you a lot of the time, which is a good thing. But if you don't screen for it, you will get some mud hut internet. I wonder if that's an internet company, but you will get some internet that's hooked up with bamboo fibers, which will not be lucrative for your business. Okay. Are they available in USA hours? This is very important. To let me know in the job application if you are available in USA hours, not, let's just say 9 to 5 EST. Now, if their role doesn't require them to be awake during US hours, you don't have to have them awake during US hours. But if they're doing like what this job posting is about, where they're DMing people, they need to be communicating. Or if they're doing a very technical heavy task where they're going to need your help frequently, you want them awake during US hours. You don't want them working while you sleep. But there are a lot of roles where they can work while you sleep. Data scraping, data input, you can have them do your finances for you. You can have them do all of your taxes, all of your accounting for you for very cheap. All of this is very easy, but you have to think about what the role is and does it fit during a daytime schedule or is this more of a nighttime thing or does it not matter? Okay, so this is the final part. You need to make them take a quiz that shows their competence in the specific role that you are hiring them for. So for this example, what I do, and I'll show you guys, I give them a script. So I give them a DM script. This is basically a tutorial, a lesson, an instruction manual on how to properly conduct Instagram DMs. After reading this, if they paid attention and they have a high enough IQ, they will be able to understand how to actually go about Instagram DMing. After that, I have them take a quiz. So you will see these are example DMs they might receive on the Instagram account. And then they have to draft a response to these questions, to these conversations based on what they learned in the training. I have gone very far with this. There was another role that I hired for. I built an entire high-level membership portal with 15 modules. Each module was between 30 minutes and an hour. And after each module, they had to complete a Google form. You can use Google Forms to quiz them on their competence and their understanding of the modules. So it was 10 to 15 lessons plus 10 to 15 quizzes. I basically had them go through a college course on how to do that particular role. Fortunately, I can't give you guys that membership site. It was for a particular adult industry that I do not want to be connected with moving forward. So yeah, you need to make the training as extensive as possible. This example that I gave you guys here is a medium level difficulty. They have to read through a lesson. They have to answer questions on it. You want to make it so barely anybody makes it through, but the people that do make it through are going to be geniuses, because number one, they spent all that time going through all those modules for a job that they don't even have a guarantee of getting. They're just applying for it. So they have extremely high work ethic. There's basically no Americans that will do that. Number two, if they answer the quiz properly after each module, or if you do a Word document like I did here, you know that not only do they understand how to do the role, but they're intelligent. So you are screening for high intelligence, high work ethic, which is what you want. We have literal PhDs working from us from other countries for, wages that you can never hire for here. And, they're earning above average income for their country, but you need to make it very difficult for them to apply. So I will link them the quiz. You will need to go through this training on Instagram DMs here. You will need to duplicate this document and answer the questions appropriately. One thing I do like to do is I will film them a loom on how to go through the training and how to answer the questions on the quiz. Putting people through a quiz like this is not standard practice. They're not really used to doing it. So it's important to film a loom being like, hey, here's how you do it. Here's how you go through the training. Here's how you submit it to the Upwork job listing with your answers. So I do like to film that for them. It makes it easier for them to actually go through it and apply. So we have this. We link this. And guys, this can be anything. If you're hiring for video editing, one of the things I do is I link them unedited videos and I make them edit a whole TikTok video or a whole Instagram reel video. And their job application, the way they apply is to submit an entire edited video to me so I can see the quality of their work. And out of 20, I'll hire one, and they're good. They're really good because I got to see their work beforehand, and they have high work ethic because they're editing for free, basically. But they get paid after they get hired, of course. And I also pay them for their application once they get hired. Okay, so here is where we will add the screening questions. So link me your completed quiz document, save question. Link me the screenshot to your internet speed test. Save question. Link me the screenshot to your internet, to your typing speed test. Are you available to work 9 to 5 EST? So now we're going to hit post this job. Congratulations, your job post is now live. Now, one thing I like to do, and this is extremely important, is Upwork does not give you the reach that you used to. Upwork throttles reach behind a paywall. So pay. Pay Upwork in order to reach way more job applicants. What happens is when you pay Upwork to boost your job, they email a ton of contractors that likely fit the job role. And I've found that the volume of paying versus not paying is like 10x. Like it's basically not even really an option. So pay to boost the job. And here's how you do that. So you go back to the job, you view the job post, and you hit this little diamond icon. I think it's 25 USD to boost the job. Guys, 25 USD for a hire is nothing. I mean, it's nothing. People pay thousands to hire high quality contractors. They'll pay thousands to hire lower quality contractors than the ones you're going to get from these screening methods that I'm teaching you. So yeah, pay to boost the post. Now, you're going to get a bunch of job applications. You have to go through each one and you have to evaluate them on which one is going to be the best. One thing that's important to note, if you find that you get like 2 or 3 very, very high quality people coming through your job application and you can only hire one for that role, you may want to think, what other roles can I fill with these people? Because as long as it's not something like video editing that requires a ton of previous experience or knowledge, an intelligent person with a high work ethic, which again is what you screened for, you can use them in just about any role. They can learn things very, very quickly because you're basically screening for IQ here. You're screening for IQ and work ethic. So someone like that can do just about any role that you can put them in. And if you can't use them at the immediate time, get their WhatsApp. Ask them for their WhatsApp and message them on WhatsApp. That way, if you need to hire again in the future, you have them and you don't have to, pay Upwork again to do another job listing. So take their WhatsApp down, take their number down for future reference because you might need them. You might need them sooner than you think if you scale your agency the way that I'm teaching you. But guys, this is the way to hire the best employees in the world, to screen for very, very high quality contractors who you don't have to pay US wages, who you don't have to go broke paying them, and you don't have to waste tens of thousands of dollars like I did in my first couple years of business. So I hope this was valuable. You guys have no idea how powerful this is. This will blow your business up if you use it properly. I have staffed every single employee we've ever hired in the past 4 years using this method, and we basically never fire anybody. They're all ridiculously high quality. So this will help you scale. This will help you make more money. If this doesn't help you make more money, you don't have them doing the right task, and you need to maybe watch some of my other videos on client acquisition. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you learned a lot. More to come.